Hello everyone. I'm going to show you in this tutorial how to create the interface of a calculator following the instructions from the App Development with Swift book from Apple. So first, create a new Xcode project. Choose the single view app and save it with any name that you like. Next, select the main storyboard. So first, we're going to add a vertical stack view. So we'll add some constraint to this view so that it will stretch to all the four edges of the display. Next, I'm going to add two UI view objects. Drag the first one, it will be stretched fully. And when you want to add the second one, you have to drag carefully to the top so that when you see the blue bar, okay, I'll show you again. Drag to the top, you see the blue bar, alright, and then you release. So now you have two UI view objects that's under the vertical stack view. So now select from the bottom, control drag to the outer view container and release. Select equal height and then under the size inspector, double click on the constraint that you have just added and set the multiplier to 0.66. So now you have two view containers. You have two view containers. The one on top, which will hold your display, will occupy 1/3 of the display, and the bottom view that will hold your calculator buttons, it will hold 2/3 of the display. So let's add the calculator display. This is something that's easy. So choose the UI label, drag it to the top, okay. Type 0, and under the attribute inspector, change the size of the font to 30. And I want to add a constraint so that it will always be fixed to the bottom right of the top container. So that's all for the upper display. Now I'm going to add the calculator buttons to the lower display, to the lower view, sorry. So to do that, first I want to add another vertical stack view. So drag it to the bottom, and I want to add a constraint so that it is stretched to all the four edges. Next, I will add a horizontal stack view. Oh, sorry. Before that, okay, I need to select the distribution to fill equally, and I want to add a spacing of 1. You'll see the reason why in a while. Okay, next, I will add the horizontal stack view in. You see that the horizontal stack view is stretched to all the four edges because of the distribution that I have set earlier for the vertical stack view. So do the same thing for distribution in the horizontal stack view. Set it to fill equally and give a value of 1 to the spacing. Right. So now you can add a UI button in. You see that it is stretched to the four edges. So now I want to change the look of the UI button. I give it a gray background and a black tint. Okay. So I want to copy and paste a few more buttons across the row. Okay, so there will be 4 buttons in a row, and I want to change the look of the button on the right. I'll give it a orange background. Okay, with that, now what I want to do is to repeat the horizontal stack view for the number of rows. So I'll just copy and paste, and you can see the buttons being distributed equally. So far so good. Okay, now I want to change the bottom row buttons, because one of them I want it to have a larger width. So first I will delete one of the buttons. Alright, and then okay, still highlighting the horizontal stack view, select the distribution to fill proportionally. Okay, then you will press your control drag from the right button to the middle button, select equal width, and do that again for the other button, equal width. Okay, so now I'll select the lower left button and I click on the size inspector and then double click, and I change the multiplier to 0.5. Right, so now you can see that it is stretched across. So almost done. Now I will give the button the name, the button values. So dot output. Alright, so this is the look of our calculator. It's just the visual look, the visual interface, and clicking on any of the buttons will produce no effect. So let's run the simulator. Okay, you can click the buttons, okay, but there's no effect, and you can tilt the calculator. Alright, and you can see that the buttons are all laid out according to your intention. Alright, so that's all for this tutorial. I hope you learned a little bit about the auto layout of the Xcode. Thank you.